Man of Steel was a great take, in my opinion, on Superman. I think Henry Cavill, guys, is the best Superman ever. I believe that Ben Affleck was the best Batman ever. And I gotta tell you that I've been really excited to see that continuation of Man of Steel in the form of Man of Steel 2. I'm hoping that we get that. But I want to talk about, is Man of Steel, was this something that was canceled? There was a lot of talk that George Miller, the director of Mad Max Fury Road, was going to be the director. There's been a lot of passing of, kind of hands here with Man of Steel, and really a lot of titles in the DC cinematic universe. So I want to talk about it. Let's break it down. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. Guys, according to Man of Steel's official Wikipedia page, the DC Extended Universe and the future of Man of Steel, the success of Man of Steel started Warner Brothers' plans of a cinematic universe featuring other DC Comics characters. In June 2013, Goyer was hired to write the sequel to Man of Steel, as well as a Justice League script, with the previous draft being scrapped. In July of 2013, Zack Snyder announced at San Diego Comic-Con International that the sequel to Man of Steel would have Superman and Batman meeting for the first time in the next film. Cavill, Adams, Lane, and Fishburne were signed on to reprise their roles. Snyder stated that the film would take inspiration from the comic The Dark Knight Returns. In August 2013, Ben Affleck was announced to be playing Batman, while Gal Gadot was cast as Wonder Woman in December 2013. Later in December, Chris Terrio was hired to rewrite the script. In January 2014, it was announced that the film had been delayed from its original July 17, 2015 release date to May 6, 2016. In April 2014, it was announced that Snyder would also be directing Goyer's Justice League script. In May 2014, the film's title was revealed to be Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Warner Brothers was reportedly courting Terrio to rewrite Justice League the following July, after having been pleased with his rewrite of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. While Superman star Henry Cavill does not consider it a Superman sequel, Snyder stated that he thinks, in a way, Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice is Man of Steel 2. Obviously, guys, Batman vs. Superman, in my opinion, was a massive letdown, one of the biggest letdowns ever in superhero history, just based on all the hype, all the excitement around that title. I believe Man of Steel 2 should have been brought out before Batman vs. Superman. That's just my personal opinion. But that being said, the possible sequel. In August 2016, The Wrap reported that Warner Brothers put the film in active development as a top priority. The news of a standalone Superman film were later confirmed by Danny Garcia, Cavill's manager. While promoting Arrival, Amy Adams confirmed that work had begun on the screenplay. In March 2017, it was announced that Matthew Vaughn was being eyed by Warner Brothers to direct. In April 2018, it was reported that Christopher McQuarrie was considering directing the film, but later dropped it. In May 2019, however, Polygon reported that Vaughn is no longer in negotiations to direct the sequel, adding that the sequel was going to include some ideas Vaughn and Mark Miller initially pitched in 2008 for their proposed Superman trilogy, whose first film would have taken place mostly on Krypton. In July 2019, McQuarrie revealed that he and Cavill had pitched a Superman film and a Green Lantern film for the studio, but they were rejected. On January 2020, James Gunn said that he was offered to direct a Superman film, which he declined in favor of directing The Suicide Squad. However, he denied the film was going to be a sequel to Man of Steel. And The Suicide Squad, in my opinion, was a misfire with James Gunn. Not that I, totally thought it wasn't, that good. I actually like the original Suicide Squad more than the Suicide Squad from James Gunn. That's a discussion for another day. But Man of Steel 2, is it canceled? Is it in a limbo state? And I think the answer, guys, is yes. I believe it is in a limbo state, or a state of no return at this point in time. The problem with DC right now, guys, is there's so much movement happening where, it's having a real identity crisis. Obviously, Batman now is no longer Ben Affleck. It's Robert Pattinson in The Batman, which I think could be a fantastic Batman movie. but there's just so much movement happening, right? And they just really haven't given these movies, and I really think the DC Cinematic Universe, enough time to build a legacy like Marvel has done. And so Man of Steel 2, I do believe, should happen at some point if they're wanting to build off of that. But a lot of it comes down to, what does Henry Cavill want? Are they going to recast a new Superman? Who's going to direct it? I think George Miller directing Man of Steel 2 would have been great. I'm not a massive fan of Zack Snyder, guys. I think Zack Snyder is good with certain movies. I thought he was great with 300. There's certain style movies I think he's great with. I just don't think superhero movies are his thing, and that's just my personal opinion. I'm sure you have yours, and I'd love to have a real conversation about it in the comment section down below. What do you guys think is going on with Man of Steel 2? Do you think it's in a limbo state, a state of no return? Do you think we'll ever see a continuation of that title? Let me know. Let's have a real conversation about it. And for more Man of Steel 2 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.